And with many of the legal restrictions on the organization and action field of the civil society have been lifted. With the new law of associations, they can be established much faster and under easier conditions. This is also a clear demonstration of the consolidation of Turkish democracy. Civil society dialogue is one of the most important pillars of Turkey-EU relations. 119 projects have been established and more than 20 million euros have been allocated to these projects that have been completed by our universities, municipalities, associations, and so forth. The awarded projects cover a very different range of areas. For example, establishment of a press academy between Turkish and Dutch journalists, or French and Turkish farmers sharing tips on cattle breeding. Italian, Romanian, and Turkish ecological groups working together on a project called Acting Organic by Thinking Organic. And the new civil society dialogue, the second phase, will open new opportunities as well. I've always argued, as Turkey's chief negotiator, I cannot convince 490 million Europeans that Turkey will not bash their union and convince 72 million Turks that EU will not divide us apart. I need allies. If the Barbers Association of Turkey could communicate with their German and French counterparts, and if the farmers could communicate with their Dutch and Belgian counterparts, if the women rights groups of Turkey would communicate with their Swedish and Italian counterparts, my job would be much easier. And thanks to civil society, this has started. Now we have much more communication, dialogue than before. And I want to remind you that people tend to fear, suspect things, concepts, individuals, and even countries that they do not know. Once you get to know people, once you get to know countries, nations, learn about their weaknesses and strengths, then these suspicions and fears get away. We have a main responsibility of explaining each other, trying to understand each other. And that's what civil society helps us to do. But while doing that, I want to share with you one of our biggest difficulties. It's a four-letter word called visa. My nation is sick and tired of this word. The time when Turks feel the least European is when they have to wait in a line to get a visa from one of the ally countries, member countries of European Union. I know Commissioner Füle, I know Commissioner Malmström, and many other friends of Turkey are working on this issue. More power to them. But the visa issue, as I see, is the most important obstacle among our civil society organizations. But everyone should know that Turks are no longer interested in migrating to Europe anymore. Our economy is much more dynamic. We are the fastest growing economy of Europe. We had 8% growth last year, whereas the European average was 1.5%. But civil society organizations would like to visit their counterparts. Students would like to go on internships. Turks want to go on vacation. When I was in Croatia, another candidate country, I realized that in the old town of Dubrovnik there were more Turks than any other tourists. It's because there are no visas required. So I'm hoping that we will be able to relieve that problem, which would increase the support of the civil society and of the people at large to the European Union. Talking about the public support, I want to share some numbers with you. A recent poll shows that 66.3% of the Turks of my nation still, despite of all the difficulties and double standards, support Turkey's integration with Europe. However, 67.3% do not think Turkey will be admitted. This is a major dilemma that I need help with. 2/3 of my nation want me to be successful. 2/3 of my nation doesn't think I will be. That's where I need new alliances. That's where I need the support of civil society organizations. These numbers indicate that the most important difficulty we have in Turkey's aspiration to become a full member is prejudice. Prejudice here at home and prejudice throughout Europe. And that can only be resolved with your cooperation. I want to thank each and every one of you. Yes, we have difficulties. Yes, Turkey still demands fair negotiations. Yes, we feel very upset when we see the Cyprus issue that was not a problem for membership of Cyprus being turned into a prerequisite for membership of Turkey. Yes, we would like to see our leaders attend the EU summits. Yes, we would like to put an end to the visa torture. Yes, we would like to see more cooperation on the fight against terrorism. But despite of all our expectations, EU is Turkey's most important foreign policy and domestic reform priority. As I have always indicated, I see EU as Turkey's dietitian, and Turkey has proven that things can change by adapting the acquis. Thank you very much for your support. And in conclusion, I want to say we count on the civil society organizations to overcome these prejudices. As they say, when there is will, there is way. Turkey has the will, and the EU can make the way. Thank you very much.